Welcome to Founders District TV, where we share simple solutions that have remarkable results. I'm your helpful host, Michael Varma, and today you have the wonderful opportunity to meet the Founders District 2018 Founders District International Speech Competition winner who's going to the World Championship of International, the Champion of World Public Speaking. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to say that. It's Ricky LaCorte. Ricky, thank you so much for joining us on Founders District TV.
Thanks for having me.
So I want to find out all about your speech. I'm all flabbergasted. He's a movie star. I want to find out about your speeches, but I also want to find out about you first. Now, I understand you had an interesting past. I do recall when we had talked in some interview notes that you used to belong to a gang. Tell me about that.
Well, that's not something that I'm really proud of.
Okay.
But it has gotten me to where I am today.
It's part of our past.
It's part of our past, and I'm going to leave it there.
Oh, okay.
So when I was in 6th grade, grade school, I was bullied. I was bullied a lot.
Okay.
And when on the last day practically of that school, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of getting bullied. I have a choice. I can be the bully or continue to get bullied.
Oh, okay.
I chose to be the bully.
Okay. That's a tough choice at an early age. 6th grade is about 12-ish?
12-ish, 13.
Okay, wow. All right. And what did that gang offer you to appease you? Besides, just being, not being bullied. You went around bullying other people, but did they give you anything else?
Well, the major thing that it did give me was immediate and instant popularity.
Okay.
Everybody knew you right away. Everybody knew you as the bad boy. All the girls were into that because they didn't know any better either.
Okay.
The teachers hated you. They were scared of you. And law enforcement knew me at that very tender age.
Notoriety.
Notoriety.
You got a fan base. It may not be the fan base you want, or nowadays with social media, it's like, okay, well, this is my non-social media fan base.
It's trending.
It's trending. Okay. Yeah. So, and now I know you're not in a gang anymore. What was that turning point, or what got you out of that gang?
I left the gang because, like any real man, when you make your mom cry, tears of disappointment and pain, it hurts you deep.
Yeah.
It hurts you deep. And I didn't even realize it till later on, because when I get back to school, I would hang out by myself. And I didn't even realize it. The gang would be like, hey, man, how come you're not hanging with us? And then another turning point came when the band teacher, who I never expected to speak to me, because he was the one I insulted the most. I was always making fun of this guy because he was huge.
Oh, okay.
And his nickname was Tubby.
His nickname or your nickname for him?
My nickname for him was Tubby.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Again, things we may not be proud of, but it happened, and then you accept it. So that's interesting. He was not a fan, so to speak, because he was a teacher, yet he still extended an olive branch to you. What was that like? What did he say? What did he do?
He was the only teacher that actually went up to me and said, you have potential.
Oh,
and when you hear that compared to you're garbage, you're going to amount to nothing, you're worthless, you're going to get shot, you're going to get killed, that's more shocking to hear that.
Right.
So when I heard that, I didn't know what to think. It made me say, whoa, what do I do?
And did he come with another offer? What did he do after that?
He said, how about instead of beating people up, you join the band and keep the beat with me.
Okay.
And I was like,
all right. So you went from a gang of bullies to, I'm a former band geek, so.
Gang Beast United.
Yeah. So it is another type of gang, but it's more of an intellectual gang.
Yes.
And so what did you start playing?
I started proudly playing the flute.
Oh, the flute. I started on the clarinet. Okay. And then did you migrate to another instrument?
I did. I moved on to clarinet, bass clarinet, contrabass clarinet.
Oh, okay, yeah. The fingering between the flute and the clarinet are pretty much the same.
Pretty much the same.
Okay. And then did you do anything else from there? Or did the band teacher challenge you in another way? Or did you challenge yourself?
The band teacher challenged me.
Okay.
You've got excellent lung strength. Why don't we put you on tuba?
Wow, going from woodwinds to brass. That's a big jump. Okay.
Huge jump.
And how'd that go for you?
It was fun. It was heavy, and he said you have the strength to do this. Of course, he was encouraging me once again. I don't know if he was mentally manipulating me in a positive way.
Okay, yeah. And then I take it you'd go from tuba. Was that in junior high school or high school, or was that marching band?
It was in junior high school, and I used it in high school as well.
Okay. So that's an interesting background. So I know you took some of those pieces for your international speech competition.
Yes.
Or the speech competition. Speech. And we're going to find out more about that, what you did to prepare, what inspires you, who mentors you. We'll do that after this brief break.
I'm Mabel Kong with an editorial that's less than 2 minutes long. Sometimes I feel like nothing is ever good enough. We live in a comparison culture. I see people with nicer cars, bigger houses, fancier clothes, or even taking wild vacations, and it's easy to get caught in a trap. That trap of envy, of jealousy, of feeling like what you have isn't enough. But then I came across this amazing quote from Oprah Winfrey. Be thankful for what you have, you'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough. It was like someone was smacking me upside the head. Here I was, looking at everything I didn't have and at people on social media that I wanted to be like, when in reality, I have so much to be grateful for right in front of me. If you're stuck in a rut, here are 3 things you need to remember to feel grateful for. 1, security. Whether it's having a roof over your head or having a job you feel comfortable in, take a look around you and figure out what makes you feel safe and secure in your life. That is a privilege. 2, people. You have friends and family of all kinds surrounding you. Remember to show them how grateful you are for having them in your life. Give your friend a gift just because you were thinking of them. Tell your spouse you love them one extra time. Or heck, even write a letter. 3, life. This world is a beautiful place and you are living in it, so enjoy it. Take a minute to appreciate your surroundings, to appreciate your own breath. Practicing gratitude is a lot easier than being said than done, but it's worth it in the end. I'm trying to think of something new that I feel thankful for every day, and it helps me having a more positive outlook on life. So stop feeling down about yourself and worrying about how your life compares to someone else's. Have an attitude of gratitude, and you'll attract even more to be grateful for.
Welcome back to Founders District TV, where we share simple solutions that have remarkable results. I'm still your happy, helpful host, Michael Varma. We're still sitting here with the happy, helpful Ricky LaCorte. Ricky, all right, so we talked about your band, or from one gang to another gang, so from bully gang to a good geek band, I think they're all good geeks, to that band, and now you're pulling from that information your international speech. You completed at the club, the area district level. You are representing Founders District, and you're going to, where are you going to for the international speech contest?
Chicago.
All right, the Windy City. And when you're, because I'm reliving and replaying your speech, and it was very emotional. Can you tell me about why it was emotional, and did you plan it that way? Tell me about it.
The emotion was not planned. That's the one thing I didn't want to plan. I was reliving the moment when I saw my mom when I got home.
Okay.
And her yelling at me, and her tears just running down her face.
Ooh, yeah.
And literally, she was just aching. She was aching to change me. If she could physically change me, she would. Please change your life.
Yeah, and she can. It's all up to you.
It's all up to me, yeah.
And so that was your turning point there. And I remember seeing you saying that on stage. And then where do you go from there? How do you get the next word out when your voice is cracking, you're filled with that emotion?
The most important technique, you need to pause.
Breathing and pausing, that is good. Okay. And then from there, because I know when you have such emotion and passion, you are engaging the audience. And then they're all ears, and they're like, all right, well, what are you going to tell me now? What's the takeaway that you want your audience to hear?
Well, the main premise of this is anybody can change, but you can change somebody's life if you see that they've got potential and you encourage them.
Like your band teacher came to you and said, I see a lot of potential in you.
Exactly. It didn't hit home till I joined the band.
Okay.
And then many years later on, I still remember that message from him.
Yeah, and that's got to be, what, 10 or 15 years or so?
Let's just say a little bit over 20.
20 years. You're such a young dude. Oh, my God. All right. I'm feeling old. My gray hair's showing. All right. And, well, you don't have any gray hair. Don't go there. Bad joke. Okay. All right. So what's next for you? And for your speech competition, I know that's coming up very soon. What are you doing to prepare?
Every single day I try to find more material, more techniques, more ways to have impact.
Okay.
And I go to different, just various places, Starbucks, Coffee Bean, Fridays, a library, wherever I can go to pick up some sort of inspiration.
Okay.
And I listen to bands.
Oh, that's good.
Because I love classical music.
And then you're probably hitting up all the little Toastmasters clubs and giving your speech over and over again. And I know with the speech competition, you may not know this, after you win that first speech competition, you have to have a second speech.
Yes.
Completely different, right? Because you might be giving that same speech at the club, the area, the district, and then international, that's the regionals. And then if you make to that top 10, then you have a brand new speech. Tell me about your new speech. How's that coming along?
It's coming along. I'm getting there.
Okay.
I'm trying to find something that hits home with me just emotionally, because I don't want to just come up with something just to be funny or just to be energetic on stage. It's not the same effect unless it's authentic.
I was just about to say, that lovely word, it's got to be authentic.
Yes.
And if it's not, then they're not going to go along with you for the ride.
No.
Okay. So any tidbits that you can share with us as far as the topic that you're making your second speech about?
The topic is about fire. Now, I have two ways of putting that. F-I-R-E or F-Y-R. Those are the things that I'm trying to figure out. F-Y-R for me is find your reason. So it's still fire. Now, the other fire is you got to fight for your life. You only have one life to live. You might as well do the best you can. You can be inspiring or you can be inspired. R, you need to take risk. Otherwise, you might as well have not taken on that F. And the most important is E. You need to have energy. Energy about everything you do in life.
And I'm seeing that energy come out right now. I love it. All right, well, we're going to root for you in Chicago. I'm not going to Chicago, but I can watch it online because it is online, and you can find that through foundersdistrict.org or toastmasters.org. Thank you so much, Ricky, for joining us at Founders District TV. Until we see you next time, present yourself well.